And happy Monday morning, Jade. Happy Monday morning, Leah. Hopefully, you guys had a great weekend and you got all rested up for another week of watching videos. And you know what? You guys just watch videos all day anymore. You guys should maybe get back to school instead of just spending all the time on your phone. I'm just kidding. We have to. But, oh. Okay, that was a bad idea. Definitely don't throw the ball at your phone. Okay, bad idea. I'm gonna grab this ball because I kind of need it. It went under the table. I got it. Oh, yep, got it. Whoa! What just happened? Why am I wearing these clothes? Oh, we're learning about Bible poetry today. That's probably why. I mean, I guess I have to dress like someone in the Bible for Bible poetry. I mean, kind of makes sense. Anyways, today we are learning about Bible poetry and continuing our theme of poetry in this lesson, or in this light unit. But before we get into our lesson about poetry today, we are going to do a little bit of a review. I have a sentence written up here on the board that I want you guys to go through, and I want you to capitalize all the words that should be capitalized in this sentence. Many Chinese arrived in California in the 1800s. So, go ahead and just sit here and think for a little bit. You can go ahead and pause the video, and then tell me which sentence or which word should be capitalized. All right? We should have had many is the first word in our sentence, so it should be capitalized. Many Chinese is a proper name, should be capitalized as well. And California is also a name of a state, so it should be capitalized as well. So, good job on that. You got them all right, I'm pretty sure. Next thing is, do we remember our conjunctions that we have went over? Our Fanboys acronym, remember, helps us remember what our conjunctions are. I hope you guys are the first one. So we have for, and say the rest. For and, nor, and what's the next one? But, next one, or, yet, and so, all right? Those are our 7 conjunctions that we have learned so far in this book, all right? And Fanboys is our acronym that can help us remember those as well, all right? So, that's all of our review. Let's go ahead and get into our lesson. Did you guys know that the Bible is full of poetry? All right? And today we're going to learn about what kind of poetry is full of. All right? Let's start reading with our paragraph in our teaching box. It says, the Bible has much poetry in it. Instead of having rhyme or rhythm as we think of it today, Bible poetry has what we call rhyming thoughts. The thoughts do not actually rhyme, but they do go together. Sometimes they are comparisons, sometimes contrast. Sometimes a thought begins in one line and it finishes in another line. Sometimes the thought is repeated with different words. All right? So notice that Bible poetry is not the same as what we think of poetry today. It doesn't have rhyme and rhythm like we know it. It doesn't have rhyming words that end with rhyming, or it doesn't have phrases that end with the same word that rhyme, but they have repeating thoughts that give the same idea. There's also contrasting poetry, and there's poetry that uses different words to say the same thing, all right? So they give us some examples in our book. I'm going to go over 2 of them up here. So we have, the voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. So we can go through and we can find kind of a repeating idea in each line. We have the voice of, right? So that's kind of repeating, the voice of. Now, what else would be repeating in our 2 sentences? We would have powerful is kind of the same idea, and we would have full of majesty is kind of the same thought and idea. Powerful and full of majesty. So it's just repeating ideas in different lines, okay? What about the next one? It says, by the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the hosts of them, and by the breath of his mouth. Do you guys see any two things that are kind of repeating in that line? So if I would say, by the word, so where do you breathe out words, right? So a repeating in the second line could be by the breath. So these right here would be repeating. Now, by the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the hosts of them. What about the rest of these? No looking in your book if you have. So we have all the hosts of, and heavens would be kind of repeating thoughts and ideas. So that is what Bible poetry is. It's repeating ideas and thoughts that go from one line to the next. And in your new part, you're going to read the Bible poetry, and then you're going to do what I did. You're going to underline the rhyming thoughts in each exercise, and then draw lines to match them, kind of like we did right here. Forgot to do this. So these match, and those match, all right? So that is what you're doing for your new part, okay? And for your, we have a new section of spelling words. We have accurate, ancient, artificial, correct, defeat, depart, dairy, elderly, enter, godly, journal, modern, natural, relieve, righteous, sleepless, soothe, victory, wakeful, and youthful. All right. And I've been telling the other grades that they can skip their penmanship today, so you guys may skip your penmanship on page 39. All right. I hope you guys have a great Monday, and I will see you guys later.